real-life vampires unveiling the dark legends. Dive into the dark world of real-life and cinematic vampires. From Transylvania's blood-soaked castles to modern cities' shadowy streets, we'll uncover the history and mythology of these night creatures. Explore the terrifying true stories that fueled centuries of nightmares and the iconic films that brought these legends to life. Prepare for tales of Vlad the Impaler, the notorious inspiration for Dracula, and Elizabeth Bathory, the Blood Countess. Uncover the scariest secrets of these immortal creatures and join us on this journey of mystery and terror. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and share with those who love the dark side of history. Vlad the Impaler, the real-life Dracula? Our journey begins in 15th century Wallachia, shadowed by the Carpathian Mountains. Here a prince was born who would forever be linked with the legend of Dracula Vlad III, better known as Vlad the Impaler. Vlad's ruthlessness was legendary, with impalement as his preferred method of execution. Imagine rows of his enemies, their bodies writhing on wooden stakes, a gruesome forest of the dead. The legend of Vlad the Impaler, fueled by these tales, spread throughout Europe, inspiring countless vampire stories, including Bram Stoker's Dracula. Vlad's name remains a chilling reminder that sometimes the darkest monsters are human. Elizabeth Bathory, the Blood Countess. From Wallachia, we travel to Hungarian nobility's opulent halls, where a different kind of monster lurked. Elizabeth Bathory, the Blood Countess, was a woman of immense beauty, power, and a terrifying secret. Obsessed with youth, Elizabeth embarked on a horrifying quest to cheat aging, bathing in the blood of young virgins. Hundreds of peasant girls were tortured and drained of their blood, their lives sacrificed at the altar of Elizabeth's vanity. Whether true or embellished, the legend of the Blood Countess endures, a chilling reminder that evil can wear many faces. The vampire of Croglin Grange terror in the English countryside, our journey now takes us to 19th century England, where a chilling tale unfolded at Croglin Grange. This is the story of the vampire of Croglin Grange, whispered around fireplaces, sending shivers down spines. Imagine a grand old house shrouded in mist, its windows like vacant eyes staring out over the desolate landscape. Within its walls, a young family sought refuge, unaware of the darkness that awaited them. One evening, two brothers witnessed a grotesque figure with glowing red eyes peering through the window. The brothers pursued the creature to a nearby crypt, discovering a desiccated corpse within a coffin. Horrified, they took drastic measures to ensure the creature would never rise again. Peter Plogojowitz, the case that ignited a continent's fear. In 18th century Serbia, the story of Peter Plogojowitz unfolded, igniting a continent's fear. Peter, a simple peasant farmer, died suddenly, but death was not the end for him. Villagers reported seeing him as a terrifying entity, his eyes glowing with an unholy light. Fear gripped the village as tales spread of Peter's nocturnal visits, preying on his neighbors. A local priest exhumed Peter's body, finding it strangely preserved. The villagers staked Peter's body through the heart and burned it, hoping to rid their village of the evil. The case of Peter Plogojowitz sent shockwaves through Europe, igniting vampire hysteria. Nosferatu, the birth of cinematic terror. In 1922, F.W. Murnau's silent masterpiece Nosferatu unleashed a creature of pure nightmare onto the silver screen. Count Orlok, the star of Nosferatu, is a creature of pure terror, with elongated shadows, pointed ears, and claw-like fingers. Nosferatu is a film of stark contrasts of light and shadow, of beauty and horror. The film's imagery creates an atmosphere of suffocating dread, drawing the viewer into a world where nightmares are real. Count Orlok embodies the terror of disease, the unknown, and being preyed upon. Nosferatu speaks volumes about our fascination with the macabre, lingering in the mind long after the credits roll. Dracula, Bela Lugosi, and the birth of a cinematic icon. In 1931, Bela Lugosi's Dracula redefined the genre. Lugosi's Dracula is a figure of elegance and sophistication, with a hypnotic gaze. Lugosi's thick Hungarian accent and old-world charm create a character that is both terrifying and alluring. The film, a masterpiece of Gothic horror, cemented the vampire's place in Hollywood. Bela Lugosi's Dracula is more than just a movie monster. He is a cultural icon, instantly recognizable even today. He is the vampire who launched 1,000 imitations, the standard by which all other cinematic vampires are judged. Interview with the Vampire, the romantic vampire. In 1994, Interview with the Vampire introduced us to Louis de Pointe-du-Lac, a vampire tormented by his immortality. Played by Brad Pitt, Louis is a creature of both darkness and light, cursed with a conscience. Tom Cruise's Lestat provides a stark contrast. Reveling in his vampiric nature, the film explores themes of love, loss, and the burden of immortality, asking what it means to be both human and monster. Interview with the Vampire marked a turning point, ushering in an era of romantic vampires, creatures of both beauty and sorrow. Blade the Daywalker. In 1998, Wesley Snipes, as Blade, a half-human, half-vampire hybrid, exploded onto the scene. Blade is a study in contradictions, a creature of both darkness and light, walking a tightrope between two worlds. The film is a visceral blend of action, horror, and dark humor, with stylish visuals and a pulsating soundtrack. Blade became an instant icon, a superhero for a generation raised on comic books and video games. Blade injected new life into the vampire genre, proving it could be adapted for a modern audience. Twilight, redefining the vampire for a new generation. In 2008, Twilight introduced us to Bela Swan and Edward Cullen, a human girl and a vampire boy whose forbidden love ignited a cultural phenomenon. Edward and his family are vegetarian vampires feeding on animal blood rather than human. Twilight captivated a generation with its tale of forbidden love and supernatural romance. The film's success lies in its ability to tap into universal themes of love, acceptance, and the challenges of growing up. Twilight redefined the vampire for a new generation, celebrating the power of love to overcome even the darkest of curses. Bram Stoker's Dracula, a return to Gothic roots. In 1992, Francis Ford Coppola adapted Bram Stoker's classic novel for a new generation. Gary Oldman's Dracula is a creature of both passion and despair, driven by love and loss. Coppola's film is a visual feast, embracing the Gothic grandeur of Stoker's novel. Bram Stoker's Dracula explores the duality of the vampire myth, the creature's capacity for both love and cruelty. Coppola's film reminded audiences that beneath the fangs and bloodlust, there is a beating heart, a creature capable of great love and profound sorrow. Buffy and Angel reimagining the Vampire Slayer. In 1997, Buffy Summers, played by Sarah Michelle Gellar, staked her claim on television screens. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, created by Joss Whedon, is more than just a monster of the week show. It's a clever series that uses the supernatural as a metaphor for adolescence's trials and tribulations. The vampires in Buffy are complex characters with their own motivations and desires. Angel, the brooding vampire with a soul, becomes Buffy's love interest, their relationship a metaphor for navigating love and responsibility. Buffy and Angel explored the grey areas of the vampire myth, showing that even the undead are capable of love, redemption, and heroism. The series tackled complex themes of identity, morality, and growing up, delivering witty dialogue, compelling characters, and thrilling action sequences. What We Do in the Shadows, finding the humor in the undead. In 2014, What We Do in the Shadows, directed by Taika Waititi and Jermaine Clement, turned the vampire genre on its head. The film follows four vampire flatmates navigating modern life in Wellington, New Zealand. From doing the dishes to getting into nightclubs, these vampires are just trying to fit in. What We Do in the Shadows is a brilliant parody that plays with all the cliches of vampire myths. The film's humor finds the absurdity in the everyday lives of these immortal beings. It celebrates the absurdity of life, proving that laughter is the best weapon against the darkness. From historical figures to cinematic icons, vampires continue to fascinate and frighten us. Real and fictional vampires captivate us with their duality, dark monsters or tragic beings seeking redemption. Which one would you like to explore further? Is it the chilling reality of Vlad the Impaler or the seductive allure of Bela Lugosi's Dracula? Perhaps the tortured romance of Interview with the Vampire or the modern-day struggles of What We Do in the Shadows. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the world of vampires. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and share this video with fellow dark history enthusiasts.